5'9" host with sophisticated ignorance. Uncle Pooche. Yo. Hey. How you doing?
I'm good.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Sorry, we're really showing our age right now. Let's stop doing that.
Well, turn on TBS. You know what I'm talking about.
TBS, man.
Oh, damn.
Even
really
older.
age yourself.
Yeah, what do you want them to watch? Lifetime when you're
My
at
God.
USA?
They're still going.
Okay, well, hey.
You can watch Flight on USA. They're going to play some Flight.
Listen, I have so many memories with Channel 58.
My 58.
My 58. I'm not even going to go there anymore. Listen, welcome back to the Unseen Unethical Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the 5'9" host, Uncle Pooche. I said it once, I said it twice, I said it as many times as I want to. I'm here with a lovely lady, the lady of my life, my baby. I already introduced her earlier, but like, step to the mic, baby, tell people who he is.
What's going on, y'all? It is your aunt, Amanda B.
Yeah.
Yep,
that's me.
Yes. And hey, I forgot to say this last time, but let me stop and reiterate something that needs to be established already. I feel like I'm talking like that old Damon Wayans character from 11 Color. Like, listen, brother. Nah, a lot of people were like, hey, yo, Pooch, you and Auntie, y'all recording y'all podcast? Y'all at a new spot? And I was like, yes, we are. But we still with Petty Cash. Petty Cash. Yes, my boy, Petty Cash is the place you need to come to if you want to do what you want to do, which is podcast, baby. And when I say podcast, I mean really podcast, bro. Listen, Alex and Mark, they know what they're doing, bro. I was just a lonely content creator wishing to have a better podcast. And then one day I found the Petty Cash. Nah, bro, but for real though, I am not gonna lie, man. I can attest that Petty Cash is the best. They put it down over here, bro. They got studios on top of studios, bro. They got spaces on top of spaces. They got places on top of places. They got bitches on top of stitches. You see what I'm saying? I don't even know what that last part meant. But
you gonna get them in trouble.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna be dead ass with y'all. I'm not even running an ad. Like, they didn't pay me to say this, bro. I just really like podcasting here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a cool place. You don't know who you may run into. I'm not gonna say no names, bro. There's some cool motherfuckers that pod here. We ain't just the coolest motherfuckers in the jungle that pod here. There's some cool people that you may know, that you may not know, that pod here. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. But if you got your bread right and you know how to, pod, bring ass Petty Cash to expand your, skills, I should say. Again, I want to emphasize, if you got your bread right. I always love saying that part because my peoples, they charge.
They cost.
Now, they ain't gonna slap across the head with it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna wiggle it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna slap across the head with it. But don't try to cheat my folks.
You got to pay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me just tell you.
Cool. So, all right. Today's episode is brought to you by
the people.
Yes, the people. Thank you. You're right, Auntie. The people. You people took a vote. We asked y'all, we said, what do you want to see us talk about on the next pod? And the option was
power couple.
Yes, are overrated.
Power couples are overrated.
And 2016 nostalgia, is it weird? So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We not gonna lie to y'all, because Auntie gonna tell you the truth. She wanted to pod about the power couples. But y'all wanted to pod about the nostalgia. Which is ironic that y'all wanted us to pod about some shit we didn't want to pod about. But hey, we are
for the people.
We are for the people. Thank you. Yes. We are the people's champions. So we will now pod about shit that we don't want to pod about because we don't want to talk about a year that we probably didn't like.
I don't even...
Do you want to get into it?
I mean, we can get into it.
We're going to jump into it.
2016?
2016. Fetty Wap was still on the radio.
Right. I'm like 2016.
I still had a hairline.
Wasn't doing well.
Not much. And nor was I.
Wasn't doing well at all.
I'm gonna be real with you. See, here's my issue about 2016 is we get into 2016 nostalgia.
What
right?
I could remember.
Yeah, exactly. Come on now. Come on. I already look at. If you don't notice, your uncle has a computer right in front of him.
Because man, we had to really think.
And we had to think about a few things when it came to 2016. And Auntie's already jumped in the list. As that was one of the first things I pointed out was
2016.
First and foremost, what we even remember 2016 is it was 10 years ago.
Well, where the fuck did the 2016 nostalgia come from? One day, because we had 2015 too. Nobody did 2015.
You see,
in 2015, I was just moving here to LA.
I'm telling you, it's one of those things where I heard somebody say,
is it because it's an even number?
2016 is only a popping year that people want to remember because everybody was skinny in their photos in 2016. I heard somebody say that on the internet, and I said to myself, wrong. Because I was fat as hell in 2016.
I didn't even have an iPhone in 2016.
I was big as hell in 2016. Go ahead, tell me.
I was getting big.
Okay.
I was still bigger than I had been.
Yeah.
But I still wasn't doing well.
I had man titties in 2016.
Did I even have a car in 2016? I think I was walking.
I shouldn't have had a car in 2016. Because in 2016, I had just graduated from college a year prior. I was turning 24. Like I said, I had a hairline, but it was receding. I was big as hell. My man titties was man tittying. And like I said earlier, I graduated from college a year before, right? So you think it'd be a good time in my life. Wrong. Nah.
Correct.
I put myself $50,000 in debt just for me to get a job at Enterprise and had to do Uber Eats on the side. Right. Now, you would think that I would, probably look at my situation in 2016 and be like, all right, you doing Uber Eats, you working Enterprise, you doing this, you barely making any money. Maybe you need to chill. Nah, I bought a car. I bought an Impala.
Yeah, yeah.
Why? Because it's 2016, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm 24 years old.
20s and you have money.
And I have the ability to do certain things, like fuck up my credit.
Man.
So again, before we go any further with 2016, I'm just let you know. I mean, if you clicked on this video thinking we was gonna be nostalgic and be happy about 2016, and we was gonna talk to y'all about how niggas was hitting the nay and how much we loved that time, you can go ahead and click off the damn video because this ain't the video for you.
Right, we're not in here to continue your goddamn timelines of remember when.
No, I don't romanticize the past, bro.
I saw some people posting 2016 pictures and they was children.
Well, I saw some people posting pictures from 2016. I remember they still owe me some money.
You know what?
I'm like, don't you still owe me some money?
Oh, you know what?
Okay.
We don't even have the time.
I sure don't. So I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm just like this.
We don't even have to do that. Yeah, over 10 years is gonna drop that like a credit.
I'm like looking at it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I bought that bottle from him.
Absolutely.
I'm sure I bought that section. He ain't never give my $100 back. That's all. This all y'all.
True story.
True story. I'm gonna stop before I get too ahead of myself.
I didn't even have an iPhone. I didn't even have an iPhone in 2016, so I don't have any photos. I don't have anything.
That's crazy to think about.
Whatever's on my Facebook.
Like in 2016, motherfuckers was still walking around with probably Blackberries or Androids. I think I was rocking a Samsung in 2016, so you're right.
I had an Android for sure. I had the G1.
Okay, yeah. I was like one of those Samsung notebook sellers. Back in the day, as I said once before on our previous podcast, I worked at a place called Sprint. For you people who were not born in the 1900th century, you don't remember this. This is a land before your time. But Sprint was a cell phone company, and we sold cell phones like the Samsung Note, and those motherfuckers ended up blowing up in people's pockets when they got on the airplanes. Yes. It was a crazy time. Again, 2016. But y'all tell me how times are better then, right? Nah, man, I just think really the problem with nostalgic areas like 2016 is like we are already jonesing for 10 years ago. There used to be a time where you were like, yo, fam, we're going to look back at this and be like, yo, we're so happy with what we did that 10 years from now, we're going to be happy with what we were 10 years from now, but we're going to be happy we're further 10 years from now. Does that make sense? I feel like we so fucked up now that we just want to go back. Let's go back. Like, no, bro. Like, we can't go back. But I understand why people want to go back. I get it, bro. Like, there's still people who still are affected from 2020.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Like, what do we...
Yeah.
2016 is only 4 years removed from 2020. You don't know what the hell. We didn't even know what was going to happen in 2020.
Yeah. That's the crazy part about 2016 to me.
Okay, well, in 2030, y'all better motherfucking post y'all asses and your little COVID babies and all your little filters and your Snapchat filters, all of that. I want to see all of that.
I want to see all the Meg the Stallion Savage.
Correct. Yeah, I want to see all of that. Bougie, rat, yeah,
2030.
Yeah, all your TikToks. Yes.
I want to see it all. Nah, real dog, and that's what's gonna happen. Mark my words. In 2030, we are really gonna be sitting back here, and somebody's gonna tell you about the good old times. Some people are already trying to tell you about 2020 being some form of the good old days, and I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? What's wrong with you niggas? What's wrong with y'all?
You know, sometimes COVID didn't hurt some people's feelings. Some people didn't want to go outside anyway.
I mean, that's facts.
I don't like these folks anyway.
That's facts.
I sure don't like you.
Yeah. Alcohol.
I mean, I was fine because my high school reunion got canceled in 2020.
I was so happy. Let me tell you something.
I was just elated.
I was so happy my high school reunion got canceled in 2020.
So
anybody
happy.
Watching this podcast, looking at this clip, I want you to know we went to high school with each other. I'm not saying I didn't want to see you in 2020. I'm just saying I didn't want to see you in 2020. So I am very happy that COVID canceled that, because my thing about high school reunions is this.
All you gotta do is go to Walmart.
Especially if you're in Sacramento.
In Sacramento. I mean, what am I gonna... They were trying to have us pay $42 for our high school reunion. You just still acting a fool.
Why you want me to do a high school reunion when I see all y'all at the liquor loft on Saturday nights?
At the Blue Q. It was going to be at the Blue Q, by the way. $45.
Blue Q.
Anywho, off track.
You being too territorial. Niggas like the Blue Q.
I was just saying, look it up.
Yes, please look it up. If you've ever been to Sacramento, you know everything about the Blue Q. I'm saying, like, for me, it was more so like I was happy my high school reunion was canceled, more so because I knew I really wasn't where I wanted to be in life.
Yeah.
And I knew I hadn't did the things I wanted to do in life. You see, for me, I'm no liar. You see what I'm saying? I am not going to lie to you, my friends. Do you hear me? Okay. I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay. I'm going to tell you niggas, listen. I had not always been where I wanted to be in life. So that's why I don't think 2016 was that great of a year. Now, if you were in the career, if you were with the love of your life, if you were, pursuing the things you wanted to do in 2016, kudos to you, my G. I'm happy for you. You are so lucky, bro. That's so dope. You should reminisce on 2016. Romanticize on that. Your life was better. Mine wasn't, bro. And so why I want to just bring that to attention is because it's kind of plaguing, though. Most folks only believe it was a good time because in reality, was it a better time? Or was your people just all still alive? Were you just maybe a little bit healthier? Did you have a stronger hairline? Were you were you in a better position at your job? If the answer to all that is maybe 2016 wasn't better, maybe you just need to start changing things in 2026. That's all I'm saying. Because I don't want to come off like a hater and a killjoy for people's like fun. But it is one of those things where like I remember 2016 and thinking like, oh, okay, this is dope. But like to your point, Auntie, I sure the fuck never thought in 4 years, man, there's gonna be a pandemic and motherfuckers ain't gonna never be able to go outside again.
I'm sure not gonna think I finally thought I got on my foot, on my feet. Yeah. And they were like, nah, but you can't go outside. Yeah, exactly. You can't go to work. Actually, you can't go to work and we're gonna take forever to see if you're gonna get some money and then X, Y, and Z. So I'm like, just like you said, nobody is hating. Nobody's being a hater. Rock your shit. Post your shit. Talk, especially if you've had growth. Like I saw people be like, 2016 moved to LA. 2017 I did this. 2018, and then they did their timeline of where they're at in 2026. I think that was awesome. That's amazing. But you over there talking about 2016 was such a time, and you posting yourself with the doggy filters. What was the time?
The time was we was just young people doing stuff. Now listen, I'm not going to admit certain parts of 2016 I enjoyed. Like we just recently, shout outs to Wafers, we did a mannequin challenge. Reincarnating, the 2016 trendy thing. And that was a cool time and that was a cool thing to do. But like in all reality, that, as we were doing it, I was like, damn, son, this is like when I was a kid, I used to be like, man, the 80s, them motherfuckers is old. Now we doing a trend from my 20s and kids is like, damn, son, them motherfuckers in 2016s. Them motherfuckers is old. Yeah. And it's perspective, bro. I actually love it. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Like, it's really funny. I just think it's so odd to see young people go through the same how do you say, like highs and lows and figuring out certain things, and then me myself being stuck in between not being young but not being like necessarily old.
Oh, right.
But it's like for me, again, back to my hatred on nostalgia. Why? It's because is simply a marketing tool. This is all trying to sell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Do you not understand me? Okay. All right. Listen, my thing about 2016 is they tell you 2016 was the greatest year of whatever time period, right? And do you know what they do? They print 1,000 to 10,000 Ed Hardy t-shirts,
right?
Fucking
True
Silver Bong t-shirts, True
ass.
Religion t-shirts, and then they tell you this is what they wore in 2016, and you got to look like them. And you know what y'all little young asses do? You take asses outside and you buy the shit because you think you looking like TT in
or
now.
You thrifted it. I picked this up at the thrift.
Not knowing that in all reality, bro, people was wearing Ed Hardy, the True Religion, but only a small amount of us was. It wasn't
that shit was expensive.
Do you hear me?
No, that shit was expensive.
I knew nostalgia was all about selling you shit when we watched this movie on Netflix. And I can't remember the movie, y'all. I'm so sorry. But it was a movie on Netflix where the girl had to time travel back to 2004.
She had a time
Remember that? Yes. She time traveled back to 2004. It pissed me off. I said, what the fuck is this?
And they outfits was ridiculous.
Ridiculous, right? Everybody had on Abercrombie and Fitch. Everybody had an
American Eagle.
American Eagle, and everybody had an iPad. Yeah. And I remember I looked at you and I said, now, this is where I'm pissed off. They know damn well not everybody could afford that. Yeah. That was, you had okay, bro, so let's keep it 100, right? I'm not going to say I'm poor. Now, Auntie can say the opposite of that because Auntie is an triple OG gangster. There's only one gangster in this family, and it ain't me. I am from the suburbs, okay? Anyways, I cannot say that I grew up poor, but I can tell you that if my parents bought me something, it definitely was in a situation where it was like, hey, man, what's the discount? Or, hey, do they have a sale going on? Meaning, like, if you had, like, a popping piece of fashion, you only had one piece. Or maybe only one person had a piece of it, and then you was like, I'm gonna get something like that similar on my birthday. But like now it's nostalgia baiting that all the kids wore Abercrombie and all the kids were on American Eagle when knowing damn well some of us was wearing Tommy Hilfiger, some of us wearing Great Value.
I was wearing Champion.
I ain't gonna lie.
And y'all was making fun of me. And now you motherfuckers got that goddamn Champion in that goddamn Target.
Listen, crazy, man.
Must be nice.
I ain't gonna lie. It must be nice. I hate saying that phrase, it must be nice.
I can't stand it, but let me tell you.
When it comes to looking at you motherfuckers
that
and
Skechers. I'm not gonna let the Skechers go.
Listen, y'all made my baby Payless shoes go away because y'all made fun of kids that hard in the 90s. You couldn't even buy your shoes from Payless. You remember that? Remember that used to be a joke? Like, we got those shoes from Payless.
I was legitimately made fun of. I'm like, I live in a trailer. Yeah. Of course I have Payless shoes on. What the fuck? I need some Jordans on and I live in 10.
Yeah, nah. So it's like,
and Shaqs. I will never forgive y'all either. You will leave my Shaqs alone.
I can say straight up as a grown man, I never made fun of a kid for what they wore, what their mom and daddy couldn't buy them. My parents were so anal on making sure that I understood that it was a privilege that they could buy me FUBU, or they could buy me Tommy Hilfiger, or they could buy me EV Zoo, Red Monkey, whatever it was, man. My parents would buy it for me. Like, eventually they would get to it. I'm not saying like soon as shit dropped, they would buy it, but they would eventually buy it, right? And one thing that my mother would make understood is that she would buy it is that you better understand that this is a privilege. And I am thankful for that. But it's scary to watch movies that represent my youth and try to predict that all the kids were dressing like that and they had that privilege. And it's like, no. I remember a time period where
the Echo jacket,
bro,
with the fur.
Real rap. I lived in Louisiana for 2 years of my life. True story, man. Shout out to all my folks in Westlake, Louisiana. Shout out to all my folks in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Stand up. Y'all know who y'all are. 337. You know what I'm saying? But we had to wear uniforms. My whole, in the whole state of Louisiana, everybody had to wear uniforms. And the reason is because they made it, they didn't want a wealth gap issue, because when you send your kids to school, as much as we like to pretend the kids are like saints and they're good, they're not all the same. Some kids are fucking demons, and if you've been through elementary school, middle school, high school in America, you know that some kids can be little pieces of shits. So in Louisiana, to, decompress the issues of bullying and theft and sometimes murder, they just made all the kids wear uniforms. And the reason that helped is that no one could really tell if you were poor or if you were privileged by wearing the same uniform. We're all the same. And I think about that, and sometimes I'm like, I'm split. A part of me feels like I like that they did that because I understand how mentally that took us away from judging each other. But I hated it that they had to do that because it was so bad. You know what I'm saying? The environment was just so bad that children were being harmed and adults were, feeling pressured because they couldn't send their kids to school with the brand new Jordans on. I remember looking at kids getting bullied and made fun of because they didn't have on Timbs, they had on lugs. Right. I remember seeing motherfuckers being made fun of because they had on Skechers and New Balances. These shoes that kids wear now today that people love and they champion. Again, we're very happy that you can wear whatever you want. And I'm very happy that kids don't get pressed over this shit no more. But bro, back in my day,
they get pressed for different things now. Yeah. Though. Like you don't have the phone or your TikTok sucks.
Yeah. Bro, I cannot imagine 20 years ago somebody pressing me over my internet presence. And I legitimately,
in 2016, I think I was over there reprimanding my niece. For being mean about
I will say this.
Not knowing Frozen or something.
I will say this. Hypocrisy is something you have to get comfortable with as you get older because sometimes you just don't know what you know to be true. 10 years ago, I would have never told you 10 years later, I'd be sitting here doing a podcast with my wife. Anybody who's been listening to me or been following she and I's career for some time, know that I went to school to potentially be a lawyer. I graduated from UC Davis in 2015, 11 years ago. And if you told me 10 years later, I'm like, man, I got to be somewhere making partner. I got to be on some, I hate to use this reference, but I got to be on some House of Lies shit. Not necessarily. Auntie's looking at me crazy because we just binge watched House of Lies. So anyways, if you guys know, you know. Anyways, this was 10 years ago, baby. Forgive me. But no, now that I'm 10 years later on a podcast, it's like I gotta be okay with the hypocrisy because 10 years ago, I looked down upon motherfuckers trying to make a living on the internet. I didn't think that this was a serious occupation. I thought the motherfuckers really need to go get a job. I thought that this was just some sweeping shit. I thought all this because I was secretly hating and I wanted to do it and I wanted to be a part of this, but I didn't want people to judge me if I only had 10 people on my live or 100 people on my views. And now 10 years later, I'm so glad that motherfucker that I was 10 years ago was dead and that motherfucker don't exist anymore because 10 years later, I am definitely doing all those things that my hypocritical ass said I shouldn't have did. So it is one of those things where
what you didn't know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The internet is a funny place, man. 10 years ago with everything with 2016, I feel like we were more geared into a position where all of us were trying to be more so entertained and entertaining. Yeah. Less flexing. Yeah. The flex was on the horizon, but it hadn't started yet. Again, I remember we were both about to turn 24 this year, so my Lakers was ass cheeks, so I was getting used to Kobe being, out of the NBA, which, obviously things like that were changing, but it was just funny that we had to switch around what we were finding entertaining. So I looked up some stuff that happened 10 years ago, and we're going to go down the memory lane. Do you mind kicking it with me and talking about some of this stuff and seeing what you remember about this shit 10 years ago?
Yeah, because where was I? I was...
I'm time.
Managing old folks. It's hard to manage people older than you.
Man, listen, I'm glad you started off with the older people because the first thing that that's on the list that happened 10 years ago, pop reference, that I thought was hilarious because it intermixed with old people was Pokemon Go. Yes. Pokemon Go. Go. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. I did not do Pokemon Go. I stopped.
That was the shit. I didn't do it. Yeah. But people kept sending me invites to do it.
I don't know what Pokemon Go I was too drunk for that. I was gonna say I was too drunk for that. I was definitely.
We could Pokemon Go shots.
Yeah, exactly. I was definitely walking up in the bar, taking 2 shots to the head like it wasn't nothing.
Yelling,
so
Pikachu.
Yeah, definitely. No, definitely was not. More like hit me here, bartender, one more round, right? But
I'm too competitive.
But my thing was with Pokemon Go, I just remember that came out when I was still working at Enterprise.
Wow.
And that was a funny ass time in my life when I was dead ass working as a rental car salesman. I'm sorry, I wasn't a rental car salesman. I was a rental car renter, whatever the fuck that means.
Rental car renter.
Nah, but it was just one of those things where, like, I remember a customer walked in and they were playing with their phone like this and shit.
Oh,
and I was like, bro, what the fuck is you doing?
Because that's when you could find.
Yeah, he told me, he was like, oh, there's a Charizard in here. And I was like, there's a what? He's like, there's a Charizard. And I was like, this motherfucker psychotic? Like, I don't think we should rent a car to this motherfucker. He said Charizard's in here. And he can see it through his phone. And he was like, nah, bro, it's Pokemon Go. And I was like, okay, fam, I get you. No, I don't get you. I don't get you. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. For the idea of what Pokemon was, bro, I remember when we was jits, when we was little kids, I remember it being hot. So, like, obviously when it blew up again with Pokemon Go, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, the idea of it in my mind was dope. But again, Uncle had a drinking problem, so I wasn't doing
correct.
That. Okay,
yes.
So that's we'll move on from
Pokemon Go.
Yes. The next thing, hey, yo, this shit had me dying because I don't know how I feel about it. But do you remember Harambe?
No. I don't know what that is. Harambe. When I tell you that
you don't remember RP Harambe?
No, I fucking worked in the office.
How dare she, Alex? Sorry. How dare she?
I don't know who the fuck that is.
So, Harambe was it was the tragic death of a gorilla at the Cincinnati Zoo.
Oh my Jesus Christ! On a cracker.
Yeah, he became the internet's most defining surreal meme of the year. Yeah. Remember, I believe the baby. Didn't the baby Alex? Did the baby? Yeah, never forget Harambe.
Yeah,
didn't the baby jump into the pit
I remember
or some
now,
shit like that?
The baby jumped to the pit.
And we listen. So they chose to save the white baby over the gorilla.
Correct. Yes.
We already knew America had a problem.
A lot of people believe that's what started us on this timeline.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, once they popped the Captain Harambe's ass, COVID popped off.
Yeah.
Bean died. You know,
Jesus Christ.
Cheeto got elected again.
Cheeto.
Biden was just being Biden. Yeah, all because of Harambe.
Yeah, thanks.
Exactly.
Thanks, guys.
I think Harambe and Coney 2012 set us in a backwards path. When white people did Coney 2012 and Harambe, I said white people, I don't know any more white people. No, I'm sorry.
No, folks.
All right, the next one. This shit had me dying because I was just like, this shit was mad annoying, but I remember it. Do you remember old boy with the viral Vine? Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel. I actually said that yesterday.
Yeah, that shit was.
And then he didn't know what I was talking about. I was like, all right, Daniel, I'm gonna go.
See, that one hurts because the point that you just made.
He was like, what did I do? And I was like,
no, nothing, Daniel.
Nothing, Daniel.
Yeah.
You actually are great.
Yeah. You know what you did? You aged me. That's what you did. Yeah. Thank you.
I was like, okay, damn, Daniel. And then my nurse knew what it was, but he did not.
Look at the white chucks.
We were just laughing, and he was like,
well, shout outs to everybody named Daniel. They got a mad play during that time. I can only imagine how many people got some punani based off their name being Daniel.
My name's Daniel.
Yeah. Right? You come here often?
Right. You can say it. You can say it.
Yeah, I'm Rush. I'm in the Rush week.
I graduated in 2010.
Shut the fuck up. I graduated in 2010.
Oh, you graduated in 2018?
Cool.
Nah.
So you got sophomores?
Oh, you're still in high school?
Bro, all right, stop.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, all right, stop.
That's all right. I'm not going to, nope.
No.
Not my class.
Anyways, we already mentioned Mannequin Challenge. Shout outs to that. That shit was hilarious.
I actually didn't process that was made in 2016. So
yeah,
thanks a lot.
Yeah, you feel old yet?
Like when you said it right now, when you said we did that, and I was like,
yeah, that was the whole point of us doing it.
Yeah, I didn't know it was
we
2016.
Supposed to be like, we're bringing it back. Yep.
I understood it was coming back. I just didn't.
I just feel when you go back 10 years,
I'm not behind.
When you go back 10 years and I could legally drink still, I'd be like, man, fuck y'all. That's the hard part about being older.
I mean, yeah, because when I was 23, I for sure still had my sideways license.
When you're like, hey man, 10 years ago, and you like, man, 10 years ago, that wasn't that long ago. Yes, it was.
10 years ago.
When 10 years ago wasn't that long ago to you, but it was long ago to somebody else.
Well, yeah, when you were 23 and they said 10 years ago you were 13. See, and you would be like, yeah, 10 years ago I was in the 8th grade. Now I can say I wasn't in high school 10 years ago.
That's exactly my point.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, my knees don't work the same. Yeah. So next point, Vine discontinued. All right.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, I really wasn't that big of a fan of Vine like that. I'm not gonna hold you. Like Vine was a cool time. But yeah, Vine getting discontinued didn't hurt my feelings because we had so many damn apps at the time. You know what I'm saying? So many things was just dropping.
I actually didn't even use Vine. I just said disrespectful.
Yeah, I just used to watch Vine compilations on
on YouTube.
On WorldStar.
WorldStar. Oh yeah.
WorldStar.
WorldStar.
Now that was a phrase you never wanted to hear out loud if you were somewhere.
It was about to go down.
If you heard WorldStar when you were somewhere, you better look around because you did not want to be caught in the middle.
It's equivalent to you got knocked the fuck out.
What is today's version of WorldStar?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like
I don't know.
they don't even have a phrase. Like at least we had that's the kids' problem. Like when violence popped off, we had a phrase.
We literally WorldStar.
You know, motherfuckers like.
Then we had pineapples.
Yeah, everything.
Pineapples.
Yeah, cookies, everything, bro. But it's
so now I don't know. I think they just yell live or something.
They just challenge.
Dang, we need to go around and ask the kids. What do y'all say?
Man,
maybe they just throw up a. I don't know.
I'm not arguing with them. Another thing that started in 2016 that I was there for, but I never tapped into it. So please don't sue me or please don't kill me for saying this. But Stranger Things started in 2016.
I did not.
And we have not watched one episode.
No, I haven't. I'm sorry.
That show. Yo, they was having a Stranger Things party outside of our job, right?
They were.
Like literally, they shut the whole block down, and motherfuckers was out there showing their titties.
Miles and miles and miles.
I mean, people was taking pictures. Motherfuckers was twerking. They was dipping babies in holy water. Like, I don't know, man. Here's my thing. I don't know nothing about Stranger Things. I don't know anything. So we walked around and we was like, I guess this shit is cool.
I thought it was amazing, and if I understood what was going on, which is my choice, I guess, because I didn't watch it. I'm gonna honestly tell you that the people in 2016 that suggested me to watch that show, I didn't like how their lives was moving. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I very much was listening and judging.
That's true.
Because I was like, when the fuck you got time to watch Stranger Things? And I was a big fuck up at 23.
Because you be outside doing strange things. And you got time to watch Stranger Things.
And matter of fact, you owe me $60. So what are we doing?
But you got time to watch Stranger Things.
I'm trying to figure out because you got your little popcorn and your little Stranger Things because people was doing Stranger Things watch parties.
Yes, I remember that.
And what was it? The Wolf?
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf.
I never watched Teen Wolf.
I watched it at the one watch party I went to, and I never attended again.
I went to one watch party. It was for Jersey Shore.
Wow, amazing.
In 2010.
Are you friends with her?
Ron!
Are you?
Are you
friends with her?
Yes. Look it up, guys. Look it up. Great TV show.
Great
times. TV show, man. Great time.
What a time to be on.
On a time where you could punch women in the face and get ratings for it, and men could gyrate and talk about sleeping with loose women and gym tan and lotion and whatever the fuck the motherfuckers
very,
were doing.
Very flammable group
I'm just gonna say
people.
This. I really do feel bad for them niggas' lungs, and when them niggas get cancer, damn. Because they smoked a lot of cigarettes on that damn show.
Correct. And
Crazy.
they're all doing amazing.
Hey, good for them, man.
I actually don't know that.
I don't know how to do
You're doing great, sweetie.
Shut up. Nah, man. Stranger Things, I don't remember that shit. I mean, I remember it, but like I said, I didn't watch it.
10
Dead
years.
ass. The first time it was ever mentioned to me, one of my coworkers brought it up. But like you said, it was brought up by like one of my younger coworkers, and I was like, I don't really know if I want to watch this shit. This don't really sound like something I'd be interested in. And I think like for me, I just never got into it because it's just so damn long, and I'm just like, damn.
It's a show made for the person that would like that show.
Facts.
I am not knocking your Stranger Things. I am not disrespecting your Stranger Things. I might finally sit down and watch the Stranger Things.
Yeah, we might turn that shit on. We tried to turn on Nice Jackie, but we couldn't do that, y'all.
I'm gonna tell you, have y'all the intro?
Man, that shit was garbage.
My girl.
Man, Nurse Jackie, your intro sucked. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's all we got to say on that. Don't cancel us.
We'll work a little harder
because that intro was garbage.
And then you can't skip it. If we could skip it, I probably wouldn't have the thoughts to write a letter.
Yo, that's ridiculous.
Dear sirs, yeah, I'm appalled.
Another thing that dropped in 2016 that, again, please don't get mad at us. I know there's a group of people out here who love this shit, but for us, I'm gonna be honest with you, this wasn't our cup of tea. But Hamilton.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not saying nothing. You motherfuckers is not finna come from me.
Moving on.
That's so crazy how it has been. I will never forget that shit. There's some shit on here I didn't know. I'm gonna go on and
we're not touching Hamilton. We're just gonna tell y'all we didn't see it.
I did not watch it, nor will I watch it.
So I tried to watch it on Netflix.
I will not watch it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a play guy. Okay, I don't really like watching plays. Now, I think plays is cool. I think it's cool to be in a play. Motherfucker, I was in my high school musical my senior year. I was in The Beauty and the Beast.
I was in The Outsiders.
I did the little singing in the background. I didn't sing. I just was there. I just wanted to be there. But anyways, I think plays is cool. I just don't like watching them. So
They're
Hamilton, we're just going to move it along, all right?
Yeah,
I don't want y'all to kick my ass. Some funny shit that did happen in 2016 that I was like, bro, this meme, I feel like it's been around forever. But it actually only dropped in 2016. The Arthur meme with his hand. Yep, you knew it right then.
Because he punched DW.
When he punched DW dead in her shit.
Arthur was my shit.
Yo,
Arthur boy.
Can we break that down for a second?
Yeah.
So
he told her motherfucking ass. DW was a little brat. Sorry.
Well, I'm glad the woman's saying it.
DW got D knocked the fuck out.
Bro, DW got her lights rocked. And with, okay, so I'm asking you, you sound like you already told me the answer, but she deserved to get knocked out?
Yes, she did. DW's
I mean, when he said, I told you not to touch it.
He said, don't touch it.
Walk out.
Don't touch it.
Hey, I'm not going to hold you. He told, listen, I have 2 younger siblings. And I'm going to admit, as anybody,
an older brother.
I'm an older brother. Everybody has siblings. They're going to tell you right now, there's a point in life when you're with your siblings and you going to tell them not to touch something and they're going to touch it and it's going to come to blows. Now, take that as you please. I'm not saying...
Are you justifying it?
No. I'm not saying beat on nobody. I'm not saying fight. Kids should be fighting each other. I'm just saying, as an older sibling and a person who was raised in a household with 2 other motherfuckers, I can tell you that there's going to come a time period where one of your kids is going to look at the other kid and be like, listen here. Mom can't save you. Dad can't save you. I'm going to rock your shit before anybody can get to you. And that's what my boy Arthur did. Now, the crazy part is how the meme...
Beat his ass.
Bro. Shut up. This is how the meme spread. Like, I just remember the meme being hella things. Just the meme.
Because this all you gotta say is like, man,
bro.
Because I'll give you the one too. In my head, I've Arthur punched you. Dead in your shit.
Not the Arthur punch.
Yes, correct.
Not the Arthur punch.
Especially in 2016 where I was working.
Yeah, 2016, like I said, I was working at a good old Enterprise, rent a car, and I definitely had to clench my fist a couple of times on people. It's crazy how, now, I'll say this. After working at Enterprise, I also worked at Big 5 Sporting Goods, and I also worked as an Uber driver. And I, working in those jobs, learned that people have the largest egos when they feel the smallest on the totem pole. Now, there are people who are high on totem poles who have huge egos. Don't get me wrong. You know, they feel pompous because they are high. But like as a service worker, the shit I had to take just as a service worker, just because people just felt that I just needed to take it, was so crazy to me. It was so crazy to me. So it was like, again, to think back to 2016 and to see people post all this fondness, I don't want to use the word triggered. I'm not triggered, but I am damn sure traumatized to think that, yeah, man, I remember you guys thinking like, man, what a time. We are having a time. And I'm like, man, this time sucks.
Like, I had 2 jobs. I think I worked at McDonald's and the office.
Man, yeah. I worked, it was crazy. So working Uber Eats and working Big 5 Sporting Goods definitely taught me the importance of self-awareness versus humility. You know, I think humility is one of those things that only come into play and need to come into play when you've probably talked too big of a game, and you need to have an understanding of like, this is why you need to, you know, be self-aware and not just be running your mouth. So with me, I had like a sense of humility when I graduated from college, and I didn't go to law school like some of my classmates did. And I didn't go into a field of prestige work, and I went straight into work, right? Well, you can imagine how humble I had to be after speaking all these things and all this greatness over my life. And my English teacher from high school walking in and seeing me in the suit section at the damn Big Five Sporting Goods. My high school English teacher walked up to me and said, "Hey, sir, can I get a size 10 in this?" And then saw it was me, and she said, "What you doing here?" I said, "Oh, wow, hey, well, you know, graduated from college. Need to get a job." And it's like, I would love to say I was embarrassed, and I would love to say that I wasn't embarrassed, but like really all I was at that time was like, it was more like a reality check. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have to be here forever, and I knew this, but I also had to realize that I would be here forever if I didn't take further steps, if I didn't take certain things seriously, if I didn't take actions. And so for me, that's why I really do not like the nostalgia romanticizing, because if you're taking the actions you need to be taking in life, if you have the ability to do so, obviously, because life is in this world and this government and this country is fucked up right now. But if you're taking the steps you need to be taking in life, bro, you really not romanticizing what your life was in 2016. You really looking at it in the ways of, unless, again, the only way I would say the counter of that is if you were looking at it from the lens of like, you know, mortality, and like, you know, family members were alive and you had like, you know, your children were certain ages and stuff like that. But if you just sitting back and you one of the motherfuckers, you was like, man, I wish I could fit into the clothes I fitted into in 2016. No.
Oh, no.
And I wish I could drink like I used to drink like I did in 2016. And I wish my hair grew like it did in 2016. Well, it doesn't. And it won't.
Yes, them is them, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Oh yes, no, we don't do shoulda,
coulda, woulda.
We don't do shoulda, coulda, woulda.
You shoulda, coulda, woulda.
We don't do those. No, I my biggest fear, and I've talked to you about this multiple times, and I guess since we're on a podcast, might as well talk about it, is that I've always feared being a woulda, coulda, shoulda ass nigga.
Absolutely.
I always feared being a woulda, coulda, shoulda ass individual who sat around and thought to myself that like, man, you know, damn, I should have started a podcast because like people at work said I was kind of funny. I should did some stand up because people at work said, you know, I was kind of witty. I should have moved to LA because because you know what you do, you look up, you look down, and all you do is move out your mama house. You living with your girlfriend, and you ain't moved to LA yet because you a woulda, coulda, shoulda ass individual, and that's some people's reality because they scared.
I think people celebrate woulda, coulda, shoulda ass people way more than they celebrate the straight and narrow people.
Well, we talked about this multitude of times. It's this narrative that people who have things going rarely get celebrated or assisted like people who don't.
Because it's like, you got it.
Exactly. And I do not agree with that sentiment, but as an adult who has to look at things from a mature situation, I understand it. If you are a person with the ability to get something done, people aren't going to help because what's the benefit of helping someone who can already do something? They want and need to be needed. That's how people are. People want and need to be needed. That's how they are. So in essence, why we gotta help you? You got it. Right. Now we're gonna help the lesser person because they ain't got it. So look at that as a person who can do things, but obviously, there's balance to shit. If a person's only showing up because of my W's, they're only showing up for my W's, if they only showed up when they felt like, okay, this is good enough for me, then no. But that's a maturity thing, and there's levels to that because I understand as a person who can get things done, that means less people are going to try to help me get things done. I understand that as a blessing, and I understand that as a curse. That is something I brought up on myself because I can get things done. But I understand that I must also not bank on that, and that's a balance thing, and I need to turn around and tell people, hey, can you help me? I may look like I got it, but hey, can you help me? Which again, let's bring this back. 10 years ago, I couldn't say that.
Yeah.
10 years ago, I was not capable of thinking that way. 10 years ago, I was not in that mind frame. So realistically, I was not ever going to find a woman like you.
Yeah,
10 years ago. Yeah. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, and I wasn't going to find a man like you.
So, yeah, I don't care for 10 years ago me. I don't want that motherfucker back.
I 100% agree with you, but some people are not on that level. That's why they, in 10 years, so in 10 years, you think you would be obviously more excited to share 2026?
In 2036, by the grace of God.
By the grace of God.
By the grace of God. I am banking on me being a lot more thankful for the year 2026 than I was for 2016.
2016, yeah.
Now, I will say this. I have shattered on 2016, but nobody asked me about 2006. Right. Now, I don't mind that. Bring that back. Okay? Tall tees and jabot jeans. Oh yeah, I like that.
2006,
I like
boy,
that time.
I
like
that
time.
No.
Nah, I honestly don't.
Grade,
I don't want
kids
any.
Are mean.
I don't want any. I don't want no time period back. No.
Right.
I think I do comprehend, and I have a different. I mean, it's just because I'm older now, right? I do comprehend, and I do have an exception of my mortality better.
Yeah.
So 10 years from now, I hope that the fruits of my labor in some ways would have paid off. Yeah. I'm not saying like I be paid living and laid up in the shade, but like, hey, you know, I would like to have at least 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes. So, you know, if you're watching this and you are not subscribed,
97% of y'all not subscribed.
Why?
Look at that. Boom.
Why?
Why are you not subscribed?
Why?
You know you like it. You know you want to subscribe. No, please. Like, subscribe, share.
Well, if you hate watching, hate subscribe.
Please. Subscribe and then hate watch. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, you can just subscribe.
We will probably stop if you subscribe.
Or thumbs down.
Yeah.
So we know you're watching.
Yeah, exactly.
Shoot. If you're watching at here right now, put an emoji. You can put a shit emoji. You can put a heart.
Yo, nah, it is one of those things where like I do think that I will look at 2026 by the grace of God, me being alive, and be like, yo, I was on my grind and I wasn't letting up, and I told myself that I made these promises to myself that these were going to be my requirements to myself, and I kept those things. So by 2036, when they're like, summer 2016 was 20 years ago, I can say, you know, man, I got it together by 2026, but 2016 wasn't that great. I just like to try to think of it like that, because I've said this before on previous podcasts. Honestly, bro, a lot of people like to look at life, and I feel like we look at it very backwards, especially from like the realm of like a theme spectrum. Like some people look at life as like a musical or a comedy or like a rom-com. And for me personally, I always like to tell motherfuckers, no matter how you shape it, no matter how you look at it, life is but a horror movie, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? This is a fucking horror movie. I don't give a fuck where you live, where you at. I don't give a fuck about what your privilege is, what color your skin is. You are living in a horror movie. Wanna know why? Because at the end, you always gonna die. Okay?
I already knew what you
already knew where you was going with it because you stalked me back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, no. And so with that being said, I try to know, with that being said, with me knowing, and you know how I feel about life being a horror movie, I'm like, yo, if I'm trying to outrun this motherfucker death every day in this horror movie called life, right? I'm hoping 10 years from now, I'm saying, man, it's been a good little run, because maybe this is all I got left is 10 years. Yeah. You see? And so that's where I try my hardest not to shit on anybody romanticizing these last 10 years, because, hey, man, who knows? You know, who knows? Maybe these last 10 years were the last 10 years. Maybe someone's dealing with some terminal shit. Maybe, you know, this is going to be your last rock. I don't know. All I want people to understand is that I don't want anyone to get caught up or get stuck in the trend of nostalgia baiting. simply for the fact of not understanding that this is just simply marketing by mass companies wanting you to buy, their stupid ass product that they made at 5 cents and they're going to sell it to you for $65.
Yeah.
Like this is all a trick on your brain, bro. Like this year ain't going to be no worse than last year. I mean, it may be, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you may pop 2 tires instead of 1. I have no fucking idea. But it's going to be the same thing, bro. Humans going to be humans. People going to be fucking up.
We really didn't change, okay? We don't have the doggy filters on Snapchat, but y'all are wearing the low riser jeans.
Man, it's crazy because
when you were serious about the Ed Hardy and the True Religion,
it's crazy.
Just $10 now at Ross.
Well, for me, what fucks me up about 10 years later, right? And I don't want to get too political, but we know 10 years ago a certain person got elected, and I remember because I was there.
We were like,
I was there. And, many of people told me this is the worst thing that ever happened. And I said, wow, being black is kind of funny because I know a couple other things that's way worse than this motherfucker getting elected.
And
but
boy,
whatever, that's what people said, right? And guess what? Damn, son, he back in office. And we still here. With still mad problems.
I'm still here.
It just lets you know that like 10 years ago, people told me the world was coming to an end,
right?
Because of a political decision.
The Cheeto, correct?
Because of a political decision. Now, 10 years later, people are telling me that I don't know. I have no idea what's gonna knock me out next.
Well, but Nutrition. Then COVID was the worst thing that could happen.
I mean, before that was 2012.
I was just going to say, and then we have a whole world.
Yeah.
We have a whole movie on how the world was going to end.
Man, that's crazy.
It's my tax dollars.
Nah, bro. I just, again, with life being a horror movie, bro, you got to understand that every year they're going to try to trick you into telling you something scary is going to take you out. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, I'm not here to tell you not to take shit seriously. Don't get me twisted, bro. No. Like, take life serious, bro. Like, this is not a game. But
you see how time flies?
Do you hear me? Do you see how what they told you was like such a bad thing 10 years ago is still going on? And it's just like, well, that's life.
Gardening wasn't even a thing. 2016, I was working in the trap.
Well, 2016 wasn't even like I wasn't even in the gardening society.
You weren't even in the gardening. I was still getting medical.
Nah,
bags.
I wasn't even in the gardening society. And that's another thing. That's what I say about the hypocrite. Mm-hmm. The hypocrisy, like maturing is learning that you are a hypocrite by nature and you must accept that and be okay with it. So when you see young people do things that you don't agree with, understand at one point you were them. And then when you hear old people scold young people, understand that at one point you're going to be them. So that's just the maturity of understanding hypocrisy, right?
Yeah.
But like we brought up, man, like I would have never thought me in gardening. I
mean, I was... Gordon,
man, please. And it's like that's what I say. I'm so grateful for my current life because 10 years ago my closed-mindedness wouldn't even allow me to believe that this is
even better than the alcohol,
or this is even a thing. This is something I can make a career out of. This is something I can improve my life with. Nah. And that's why I want you guys to live in your now. You see, again, the 10 years ago me he's not believing these things. But you were trying to tell me let's repost these photos and say how great it was 10 years ago that I was outside drinking Ciroc and wearing fucking sweater vests in nightclubs. No, sweating my ass off in that damn club 10 years ago for what damn reason? Why was I wearing hard bottoms, slacks, a sweater vest, and a fucking tie in the nightclub? I'll tell you why. Because Kanye told me to do it. Okay? You can judge me, motherfucker, but if you was there 10 years ago, you would have did it too. You would have did it. You would have swagged when you surfed. Okay? God damn it. We was all in there. Fuck y'all. Anyways. Sweetheart, what we got coming up? I know we got something coming up. We got 6 minutes left in the motherfucker.
Actually, I don't know what we have coming.
On the 13th is
sorry.
No. I think that's Hashies. Was it?
Yes, we have the Hashies Bash.
Okay. Yeah.
February the 13th.
Okay. Yeah.
Wafers.
We'll be updating you guys more on that. I just couldn't remember.
I actually didn't remember.
No, you're all good. I mean, it feels like it's gonna be a miles away, but be there by the time this drops. But to all you guys who been keeping up with us and shouting us out and showing us some love and pulling up on us and telling us how much you guys like the podcast, I'll tell y'all something. We appreciate that.
Yes,
we appreciate that. Is this how I do it like this?
Oh, I don't know. No, it's not that anymore.
It's not that. What's it?
This is what we used to do.
Okay, so what
they
do now?
Like, I don't even know. Okay. They only do it with their 2 fingers now.
Okay. Well, whatever it is y'all do for hearts,
and
we appreciate it. I'm not doing that.
Clock
but I do appreciate you. Whatever the fuck this means.
Well, damn, my girl told me the breakdown, but I need her to do it again.
I'm not doing that.
Auntie in the house.
That, like, if you walk up to us and you say we watched the podcast, we appreciate it. Even if you didn't really watch the podcast, we appreciate it.
Thank you for your lies.
Thank you for your lies. Mm-hmm. Even if I'm telling you, like, if I'm not saying this will work, but if you wanted to borrow $1, tell me you watched the podcast.
That's right.
I'm not gonna give it to you because I just said that, but I may think about it a little bit harder because that means you made it to the 56th minute to my podcast.
And put a $1 emoji in the comments.
Yeah. See, I ain't even asking you to give me money. See, this is how much y'all should support us. Because we ain't even asking y'all for money.
We don't. Yet. We actually have never asked. We don't do this.
Yet.
$1 subscriptions.
Yet. Nah, man. I'm just saying. That is a beautiful thing, man. When y'all say y'all seen a podcast and y'all watched it, we appreciate it because it's just like, damn, it's actually worth every dollar. And it is, man. We enjoy what we do here. I love podding with this lovely lady here. My wife, my baby. It's quite funny that people still don't know that we're married when they see us working together now still. But
no, still. And I just, right. Oh my God, what a weekend. Anywho. Are you guys married? No, I'm just rubbing this bald man's back.
You could have been just calming me down.
Jesus Christ. Show how normalized it is for you to be fucking your team.
Yeah.
Without telling me how normalized it is. He was like, oh, you guys are a couple.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I saw you guys kissing, so you guys just
I've just
work
been
together,
standing behind you for 2 hours.
You guys work together? Like, is this like a thing?
Oh, so you like him. All right. Gotcha. Cool.
So you're telling me there's not a chance? Okay. Cool.
Scoot-a-loot, scoot on over.
Skiddly deedly do. Next week's episode will be about how power couples are overrated. Might as well break out the crackers because it's about to start getting real salty in this bitch.
Come on. They literally make movies about it.
I ain't gonna be honest with you. I fucking hate the phrase power
couple. And we get it all the time. You guys are such a power couple. I'm like, also,
I hate it.
It's way too normalized to celebrate people who like each other. Like, love each other. But you know what I mean? Like,
sorry, Alex. I just think it's one of these weird things where, like, if you really knew how goofy you sounded telling someone that they were a power couple, like, so, like, if we're a power couple, there's always got to be a top and a bottom. So who's the power bottom? Who in the power couple is the power bottom? I don't know. I know that you got to trade off in the relationship. So sometimes,
correct, that's the power.
Yeah, so sometimes you bottom me in the power couple. No, absolutely not, man.
Well, we don't do nothing of that because we do not even accept the power couple compliment.
No, too many people.
We're a happy couple.
Thank you. The people who consider themselves power couple tend to always have some power issues. So
they tend to actually always put their business on the
just saying.
Internet.
I'd be damned if you try to tell me you sleep with goddamn August Alsina. We're not even going there. Anyways, see y'all next week. We're talking about power couples and how much we can't stand them. We appreciate y'all. I'm pointing at the wrong camera. I'm so sorry, Alex. What the hell is wrong with me? Sorry. Appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Subscribe. Woohoo! Man, titties. We love you, Chicago.
Power couple.
LA, New York, Joanna, man. I love you.
I love you, Bobby.
Man. I'm sorry, Alex.